Welcome back, everyone, to Intro to Tableau, Part 3. Today we will be discussing how we can connect a Postgres database to our Tableau interface. Now, if you think about what we've been doing in the previous couple of weeks, we've been creating an ETL pipeline, that is, an extract, transform, load pipeline. Let me just go ahead and write these out just for visibility. Extract, transform, and load. So in the extraction step, we extract some data from an API or a database or a CSV file. Then after we're done extracting, we transform this data using pandas. And then finally, we load the data back into our database. So if you think about the visualizations that we should be generating, these visualizations should be going off of the data that we've loaded back in. We preferably do not want to utilize CSV files or data that has not been transformed for our visualizations. After all, that was the entire purpose of ETL, to have clean data. So preferably, we would like to connect to a database in order to create our visualizations. Now, unfortunately, Tableau Public Desktop does not have too much functionality in terms of connecting to a database. As you can see, if I click on More, we will not see too many options. We'll just see Google Drive, OData, and Web Data Connector. Now, while I believe we can implement a workaround to connect to Postgres using one of these three options, it would just be much easier to download the full version of Tableau Desktop in order to get our databases connected to Tableau. So we are going to go ahead and activate a 14-day free trial. If for some reason you are not able to access this 14-day free trial, that's quite all right. Just follow along and take notice of the discrete steps that we're taking. And honestly, it would be okay to just simply use a CSV file. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this piece of software downloaded to our computer. So as you can see, the full version of Tableau Desktop has many more options when it comes to connecting to a server. In fact, PostgreSQL is right over here for me. So let's go over the steps that we would need to take to download this piece of software. So we are going to go ahead and navigate to the following link over here. I'm going to be posting this to the description of the video so that you can follow along as well. And once you access this link, you should see a blue button that states Start a Free Trial. Go ahead and click on that. That's going to lead you to a web page or a pop-up that is going to ask you to input some information. Go ahead and place some information that indicates that you are a student, just so that we aren't bombarded by marketing emails by Tableau asking us to buy the full version. For example, organization, I'm just going to place student, learner, something along those lines. Company size, really doesn't matter. We can just put 1 to 20 employees. Excuse me. Department, there's actually, I believe, a department for teaching, or actually let's just select analytics. Job role, I'm going to select student. Country, region, US, phone number. We can provide our phone number. Well, actually, we must provide our phone number. And then we will select download free trial, and that will essentially bring up the installation wizard to our computer. Now, once you get this wizard pulled up, you should see three options. That's going to be Start Trial Now, Activate with Product Key, and Activate by signing into server. Obviously, we want to go ahead and select Start Trial Now. This will start a 2-week period where we are allowed to work with Tableau Desktop, the full premium version of Tableau Desktop. And once you select Start Trial Now, the process is pretty straightforward. It just directly downloads the full version of Tableau Desktop to your computer, and you should see the following window. Now, I've created a couple of projects already. However, for you, this should be completely blank. So once we get Tableau Desktop downloaded to our computer, we are going to open it up, and then we are going to progress with connecting this to a pgadmin or Postgres database. So let's go underneath the header labeled to a server. I'm going to select More, and then I'm going to scroll until I get to PostgreSQL. Now, when I click on this, I am greeted with some prompt for information. However, you will be greeted with a pop-up that states that we don't have the necessary driver installed. Let me show you all exactly what I mean. Yep, you are going to be greeted with this modal that states to use this connector, you need to download and install the driver first, and then it provides a link to the drivers that you need to install. I'll be providing a link to this as well so that you can follow along. However, we should be able to navigate to the following page called Driver Download. So as you can see, by default, we have PostgreSQL populated for us. It actually detects my operating system as Windows 64. It should automatically detect your operating system as well. But anyways, the instructions are quite straightforward. You're going to visit the following website. And then you're going to download the Java 8 version of this driver. You're going to hit download, and that's going to download straight to your downloads. And then from there, you are directed to drag this file into the path called Program Files Tableau Drivers. If you're on a Mac, we should see a Mac-specific file path. So it's a pretty good idea to become comfortable with file paths and understand how your computer is organized. For Windows users, you can very easily find this path by navigating over to your Windows C drive. Then from there, you should be able to navigate to Program Files. Then you should be able to scroll all the way down to Tableau. And as you can see, we have a folder called Drivers. We're going to click into that. And from there, sorry about that. Yep, from there, we're going to go ahead and drag that jar file that we've just downloaded and drag it into this folder labeled Program Files Tableau Drivers. From there, you're going to go ahead and close your Tableau desktop and then reopen it. And once you reopen Tableau desktop, you should be able to type or select PostgreSQL, and you should be greeted with the following window. Now, all of our servers are on localhost. These servers exist on our computer, so for that reason, we are going to type in localhost for server. Now, for port number, everyone's default port number should be 5432. However, since I've created a couple of servers already, mine is 5434, the database that I'm interacting with is the EPI database. You should have that created as well. And then for authentication, we're going to go ahead and specify a Postgres username and a password, which is the password that you all created for your PG admin. From there, I'm going to go ahead and select sign in, and we're going to give that a second. And look at that. We actually have all the tables from our Postgres database loaded into Tableau. From there, we can go ahead and create interesting visualizations on the data that we've cleaned. All right, in the next video, we will talk about how we can create parameterized graphs on this database data or on these tables pulled from the database, and in addition, how we can create Tableau stories. All right, see you all in the next video.